Hello, welcome to another episode of What Was Said podcast, or Big Mouth Said Too Much podcast, whichever one you remember the fastest, and whichever one flows off the tongue the easiest. If I say the most, but I can't say I'm glad to be back, but I'm gonna let y'all know what's been going on after I get through this little spiel. But I thank y'all for listening, and if you haven't been listening, thank you for coming back. If you came back and I appreciate you because I'm about to say the wrong thing. But I really appreciate just like, subscribe, share, repost, do whatever you can to keep me going, okay? Because I be needing that push and that guidance, okay? Because some days I be like, man, I don't feel like it, but I started something and I gotta finish it, okay? Like they said in Titanic, a man gotta go down with his ship, but I gotta go down with my podcast, okay? So I gotta keep it going. But like I said, thank y'all for everything y'all do and everything that's going on because I really appreciate it. Because I can't say without y'all, I wouldn't have no podcast. Who I'll be talking to? Myself, okay? I think I drive my own self crazy listening to my own self. That's why I'm in the crazy situations I be in sometimes because I listen to myself majority of the time rather than listen to others. But enough of all of that. I always start off my podcast with a random question for myself or a random question for guests that come on the podcast. And my random question that I found on Twitter, and I'm going to still call it that, it's never going to be X to me. It's always going to be Twitter. But the question is, if you could delete anything from the world, what would it be? 1, rent. 2, violence. 3, guns. 4, racism. And then 5, poverty. Because I feel like all of those need to be gone. Because I just feel like everybody just always want to feel like one race is better than the other. But I feel like if we all come together, we all want the same thing, to be wealthy. Like we all want to be rich. We all want to be at least well off, rich, or healthy, or one or the other, or all of the above. Like if we come together, we can be better. Rather than looking at one race and say, ugh. Like, come on now. Like, I feel like we could be better as a one whole instead of consider us separate. That's why I don't understand why they ask us about our race on applications. Like, that makes a difference. Or either you put it on, basically on any application, rental, anything you do, they want to know your race. Like, why does that matter? Especially when it comes to getting car insurance. Why does my race matter for car insurance? Or why does my race matter to get an apartment? Or why does my race matter to get a loan? Like, my race is not going to determine if I get a loan or not, or my race is not going to determine much of anything. Is what is my personality and what I bring to the table is what's going to determine if I get whatever I'm applying for. But those are things I want to delete. Anybody else, y'all could tell me in my inbox or so I can say the things that you know that some people won't delete it or wish could be deleted. But today I'm going to talk about my life in the sunshine. And if you look at my life and see what I see. If I heard J. Blige's voice, la-da-dee-da, like that song touch home. Like I never really know how that song, I never know how that song was actually a meaningful song until I actually listened to it. And she really meant that. She said, look in my life and see what I see. No, 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 no. I don't know the rest of the words. I gotta learn it. I feel like ever since COVID, my brain can't pick up song lyrics like it used to. It's like I hear the words, but my brain is not catching it. But yeah, what's going on in my life is basically me still being unemployed from the last time. But I can't say I'm not going to keep speaking that to existence that I'm unemployed because I got a job, but it's a part-time job. But I'm working with that to keep these bills afloat because I can say, baby, life is literally life and hard because it be days I ain't gonna lie, I was in here crying and stuff praying to God because I be trying, like, it seems like basically every day you gotta spend money to do anything in this world and there's barely any help because I can't say to jump around on my topics. I tried to get help for my rent. And basically they said that since me and my best friend share an apartment, we both got to apply for the assistance and everything. And I can't get it for my half of the rent. So she said that we got to wait until we get a late notice. And I'm like, who wants to wait till you get a late notice in order to get to receive help? Like, that's the scary part. I was thinking I was getting ahead of the game by calling her in the beginning, in the middle of April. So therefore, we can get the ball rolling now. So by the time May get here, that money be already sent to the rent office. But I guess they had other plans that not on my watch. You got to get this late notice. And I'm like, okay, that's a scary feeling to get a late notice in order to get help. That's the reason of getting help, so I don't get the late notice. But that happened. Then I tried to get unemployment, and then they said that basically if I get unemployment, since I work a part-time job, they're going to subtract dollar for dollar from my unemployment. So I'm just like, okay, that's basically, I'm not going to be, I'm only time I get is like $100 and some dollars a week, and that's not even enough. But I mean, it is what it is. I didn't file because I just felt, okay, what's the point? But I should have filed because it's some money, some better than nothing. I just came up to that realization just now, speaking it out loud. But I should have filed it because I was just being selfish, because I'm just like, man, that's not enough money. I was thinking at least give what y'all supposed to give me was $376. I was thinking to get that $376 plus my part-time money, but we don't live in a perfect world. They don't want you to succeed in this world. That's what it seemed like to me, because it's like, I mean, I want to climb up this ladder to be successful, but I keep slipping back down to the bottom. And it's like, I'm not going to cry about it, because I guess crying don't really do nothing. But I mean, it helps you release your emotions that you've been bottling up. But it's just like, you got to hit the ground, hit the pavement, run as soon as you lose a job. And it's like, these jobs firing people, like, it's jobs hiring daily. Like, you can put the application in, because that's what I've been doing. I've been putting them in, getting the interviews, but then don't hear nothing afterwards. I'm like, okay, y'all should know these bills ain't paying themselves. Like, I don't want to be left on the streets because I waited so late to pay these bills, and I can't tell businesses, oh, I gotta wait till I start my job to get the money. They want the money now. And it's sad that certain businesses in certain situations, they're not really helping those out that's paying. It's like they basically say, oh, we want the money, nothing else. That's why I told myself, I don't want to get a car payment, because I don't want to worry about that plus rent plus other things. Like, no, my anxiety already is going up. I don't want to be up even more. But that's also been what's been going on. And then I found a letter in the mail stating that my license is suspended. Now, you know how that's feeling? Well, how that feels? And I'm just like, really? And it all happened because of that accident that I had. And I can't say, I pray the Lord get this negative feeling away from me that I feel about that accident. But every day I got to catch, because I know once I start my new job at Geico, I got to catch the bus to work. And I haven't done that in years. And when I mean years and years, it's because I had a car since I was 21. I think I was 21 when I first got my first car. But yeah, I had a car for that long and haven't caught the bus since then. So it's just like, this is what my life boiled down to me, literally not having no car. Like, I really want the Lord to work with me and get me out of that negative space, because I really want to hit this lady car and damage it so bad, because I just feel like you had one job to do, and that was drive correctly. And you lied to the insurance company to protect yourself. And I know everybody's not going to tell the truth in certain situations, but I feel like if you already know the truth is right there in the evidence, then why tell a lie? But I feel like no matter what, people going to live off that lie, and people going to entertain the lie more than the truth. And that's sad that I told the truth about what happened in the accident and she still lied. And I'm just like, you still gonna get a high premium regardless. So why sit here and lie on me and lie on the situation and make it seem like I hit you on purpose? Like, no, lady, you cut across me, which caused me to hit you on your driver's side, which I would have thought the insurance company would have went with some moral ethics and said, okay, we're gonna look at the accident and listen to the stories deeply and look at where the damages was. And if we see where the damages was, we're gonna find the person that's paying us, the payee or whatever you want to call it, liable for the damages, because it was their fault. The proof is in the pudding. But I just gotta find a way and I can't dwell on it because at the end of the day, my car gone. I just have to get another one once again. But I, it's hard. But because I can't say I be losing my faith out here and praying and trying to stay afloat because I can't say it's hard. Like, and it's hard that you barely have help, and it's like certain situations pile up on you, and it don't make it no better. And it's like I don't want to carry the world on my shoulders, but it's like I'm carrying all my problems on my shoulders, and it's like, okay, I want to get help. I want to do this. I want to do that. But it's like, how can I when it's like literally nowhere to turn to and no help out in sight for real, for real. Like, because when me getting the Geico job, the job is like 40 minutes away from my house. And like I told you, I don't drive. So I got to catch the bus. And basically it said I got to walk 30 minutes in the beginning, catch the bus for a little bit. Then at the end, walk 30 more minutes to the building. And I will get there at least about 8:42 in the morning. So I'm going to be a hot, sweaty mess going to work and a hot, sweaty mess on my way to my second job. So it literally means that I'm going to be up from literally probably about 4 a.m. until probably when I go to bed about 10 or 11, probably 12. So I'm going to be up literally all majority of the day doing stuff. And it's like, I want to tell them about my situation, but I know that they're not going to care what I'm going through because they told me that they do hybrid, but after 3 months. And I was like, okay, after 3 months, that's a long time to be doing this every day, however many days I work. And I'm just like, I don't want to be catching the bus at daily. And if I tell them what's going on, they're going to look at me like, okay, Aaron, you still got to get here. We don't care. You still got to get here to get to work. You need this money, don't you? And I feel like a whole hoe in a situation. I feel like the jobs are a pimp and I'm a hoe. And they're just saying, oh, you got to get this money. Get out there and get this money. And it's just crazy how life is. There's no sympathy, no way around. It's no sympathy and no empathy. And it's just like they want you to have sympathy and empathy for customers that's coming into whatever job that you do. Well, any customer service job. But it's like, how you want to have empathy and sympathy? You want us to have it when you don't have it for me, the person that's working for you. I feel like, where is that coming in at? Like, where is that coming in? How y'all want us to have sympathy and empathy for a customer, but you don't have that same for the workers? You want us to just sit there and take what y'all giving us. Like, when is we going to stand up to these jobs? Like, because I want to do it. I want to start a protest, but who going to do it with me? Because I can't do it alone. Because I surely would join. But I just got to make sure these bills are paid, though. That's the sad part, that we can't protest because we got to worry about bills. And then if we protest, it's going to be retaliation. But I'm going on a tangent about other things. But yeah, that's what's been going on in my life so far. And also and I was doing another job, on the way to one job. And they doing the background check and everything. Like, and I don't get it. They were doing it so much extensive background check. It made me think the other day as I was on the phone with one of my friends. And I was like, they doing an extensive background check on me for a job. But why is it they don't do an extensive background check for the presidency? That means that you could be a convicted felon, murderer, child molester, anything. As long as you got money and power and respect what you need in life. Like, and then what Lil Kim said, that's all the things that you need to become a president. Because you see, like Donald Trump is just, hey, he don't care. He don't care what you're going through. They don't care what you're going through. They're going to help you become a president in this world. I just don't get it. Like, the presidency ain't presidency. Okay? I don't know if that makes sense. But I don't get it. How you can literally, you can't be a doctor without the certain credentials, but you can become a president without these. It's only 4 things you have to be to become a president. And I know what they are, but I ain't going to tell them because if you're an American, you would know what the things are. But I just can't believe it. So that means I can run for president, but I feel like if I run, they're going to try to assassinate me. Because for one, I'm trying to make a change like Michael Jackson. I already seen what they did to my poor little man. Like, I saw what they did to him. And you think I want that treatment? No, because I make too much noise. I'm gonna go in there and say, "Oh, I don't care if I can't make rules becoming the president. I'm changing everything. All y'all old heads that's been in here since 1962, you gone. Bye. Why you still sitting in the chair? You old, decrepit. You can't even remember what you did the other day. So how can you remember to make laws and make rules? Like, no, bye, gone. We need some new blood in here. We need some young people. Y'all too old to be sitting in these seats. They dusty, they crusty, spider webs all on the seat. Y'all need to get up. Y'all becoming skeletons in that seat as you sit there. But yeah, that's all that I've been going through. And then I can say I also been neglecting my podcast because I haven't been having the energy, but the motivation because I need to work. And it's like, I want to work so I can do more podcasting. So I can feel like, okay, I'm in a good space because I got a job. I'm in a good space because I'm working. So I can still podcast without thinking about, okay, am I going to still have my life? Am I going to still have my apartment? Am I going to still have my phone? Am I going to have this? Am I going to have that? Like, things getting behind. So it's like, your focus is really ain't there. But I got to remember to just keep praying and keep pushing forward that things going to get better. It will. And on that note, with speaking about things getting better and about praying and stuff, because I was thinking about going to church and everything because the way my life been going, and it's like I don't want the Lord to think that I'm going to church only because I'm going through what I'm going through now. I feel like because I praise him, like what's that man said? Marvin Sapp said, praise him in the good times, praise him in the bad times, and I do that on my own terms, on my own time. Okay. Like when I'm going through something good, I say, thank you, Lord. And when I'm going through something bad, I pray that he get me out of it. So I can say we have a little connection. We conversate, even though I hate that word, but we have a conversation. We converse. So we there. We see each other. Okay. So I just don't get why churches prey on gay people. I ain't gonna say prey on them, but they use the most major out of all the sins out there, and I think it's 7 of them, that they use gay as the highest one. Like, oh my gosh, gay is the most top one, because I was looking how they were saying like how they can pray the gay out of people. I'm like, so you want to pray the gay out of me? How about I come to you and pray the straight out of you? Let me lay my hands on you and pray the straight out of you and see how far that goes, okay? Because I don't think that's going to work. Because I feel like, don't worry about my sexuality. I'm going to worry about that on my own time. I'm here to get spiritual guidance versus whatever you think is going on with me mentally and in my love life. Like, why are you worried about that? Like, that's beyond what I'm here for. I'm not here to... You want me just basically to suppress my sexuality, and I'm going to be a more angry person because I'm not going to be happy because I'm living a life that I don't want to live. So I'd rather you worry about me spiritually, and I worry about that on my own time. I worry about, me and the Lord got that. I don't need you to worry about that. We got that. But because I feel like everybody think that, oh yeah, going to church, in my eyes, to me, and I'm just say that again, in my eyes, to me, I feel like when people think, oh yeah, I'm going to church on New Year's Eve, I'm going to get into heaven. Oh yeah, if I do a good deed, I'm going to heaven. Or either if I go to church, I'm going to heaven. I feel like, to me, as long as you have that connection with the Lord and y'all have it on your own time, your own way, your own, as long as y'all got it, that's all that matters to me. Because I feel like everybody think that, oh, you got to go to church, you got to be in the church to get into heaven. I feel like, to me, y'all making the church sound like a whole cult at the moment. Because I'm just like, why I got to seem like, oh, we have to do this, we have to do that to get in. Like, no, y'all make it seem like it's a sorority, a fraternity, a cult. Like, why can't it just be y'all are leading with love? Because I feel like a lot of pastors ain't leading with love because some of them are messy. They wanna be in your business and want to tell your business subliminally. And then they want to use social media. Because I seen one pastor, they talking about something. He was talking about, oh yeah, I'm not gonna say what others do with spit. And I'm just like, come on now. This is a church setting. Why you talk about sexual things with spit? And then he looked kind of gay anyway. But I feel like I'm not gonna say I won't trust a gay pastor, but I gotta listen to your sermons because I might trust a gay pastor. Because I feel like at least you went through some things and you still you. Because that's when I want to go to church for. I still want to be me, but a better me spiritually. That's it. That's the main thing. I just want to be me, but a better me spiritually. That's it. That's all I want the pastor to worry about. Don't worry about a lot of other things. And I feel like they should let people pick their right time to come into church, because they make me feel like, oh yeah, I need to go to church right now because something gonna happen. I know tomorrow isn't promised. One thing I know, tomorrow ain't promised, so I don't know if I'm gonna be here the next day. But I can say I do speak to the Lord and we do have conversations. So I feel like that should be enough for me to get in, because we have a connection. And I hate how they use the Bible against you and say, oh yeah, this scripture, that scripture. For one, I say this. How we know the Bible is correct if it's been written by so many different people that we won't hear to see. So I just feel that way. Just like they say Mary was a virgin. Like, Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to say. I really, really don't mean this, but I just always wonder. If Mary was a virgin, how did she have that baby if she was a virgin? Because there was no epidurals, there was no pain meds, there was no doctors. So she really went in the manger and had this baby with all that pain inside, okay? I know that was painful having a baby and you a virgin. Or did the wise men come and smash while she was there? But Lord, forgive me for thinking that way. Lord, rebuke that out my brain. But I just want to get that out there. Just want to know if anybody knew the answer to that. Please let me know. Hit me up, because I want to change my thought processing. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to know, okay? But enough on the biblical side of things, because I don't want to make this a biblical podcast, okay? Because this is my thoughts and how I feel about the church, okay? Because just like they say, everybody think they know what is the right life, because me and a person be talking about the right life. And I keep telling them, how you know what is the right life? Because every day is something new going around with life. You got men marrying men, women marrying women. Men want to marry horses, women want to marry dogs. Cats want to get married to dogs. People want to get married to apples and oranges. Like, I don't know. It's just random things that they be putting together to make things happy. And I'm just like, okay, you want to get married to that? Okay, that's you. But on another note, another segment. Basically, this is my segment called What Was News. This is basically topics that I found on the internet that really piqued my interest. And one of the major ones was when I saw on Twitter, the people at Chick-fil-A excited to see Donald Trump. Like, I don't see why they was excited. And then he brought 30 milkshakes, and one of the co-workers, her bird brain self, said, oh, we love you here. That's why I couldn't have been at work that day. Because if I was working that shift, me and the co-workers wouldn't have been getting along. They would have fired me the day he was there. Because somebody would have said, we love you. I said, no, I don't. You speak for yourself. Not I. No, not me, not at all. You really want to support Trump? Like, I'm not going to make this a political podcast, because everybody got their own views, their own, reasons and everything. But neither political party is for the African American race in my eyes. I feel like neither one of them is good, and the African Americans are a sellout to certain things, and I just feel like you would literally sell yourself for less. Like, that's why some of the Africans jump ship, so they won't become a slave. And I see why they did, because who wants to be, what it is now. But on another note, I also saw this boy, he's a teenager, hit a teacher, and he facing some misdemeanor charges. I don't know how many, but he faces some misdemeanor charges. And I saw the video, and I just feel like, for one, all of that wasn't called for. Like, why are you hitting a teacher? They're not getting paid enough to be hit on. And then secondly, why are you so angry? And you just gotta go to school, and that's it. Your only job is to be a child. Like, and I bet you if these kids was to become adults and switch lives like Freaky Friday, they will fold faster than a chair, okay? They were like, I gotta get out of this. And I swear, I would love for a child to take my life and say, okay, come on, we can switch roles. And I can do yours, you can do mine. And I bet you we'll probably be fired the same day, okay? And they wouldn't even know it's an experiment. But our job will fire us because these kids want to know how to act and want to know how to humble themselves with the boss. They don't want to, if they fight the teacher, they don't want to fight their boss. And I don't get it. Like, why you want to do all of that for what? Like, what? Because I don't understand. What is that getting you? Lord, my dog barking. Hold on. I was sadly interrupted by the dog Darla. She wanted to make her debut on the podcast, but I'm sorry to let her know that she will not be getting paid for those sounds. Okay, she's not getting paid for those. Those are free sounds. There's a like because I don't got the money to pay you, girl. I don't got the money to pay you to join. Like, it's free. If you're gonna do some barking, if you're gonna do some barking, you're gonna have to join the podcast to get a mic. Okay. She wanted to make her voice known, okay? She got me a little upset. I'm kind of pissed off because she was silent at first. But I'm going off on a tangent again. But I think I'm using that. I hope I'm using that word right, okay? Y'all can quote me if I'm wrong. But the last time I'm going to talk about on this What Was News, I'm about to say my name, on What Was News, little part was, Lord, I lost my whole train of thought. I hate pausing in the middle of my podcast. Because it makes me, I got to get back into podcast more. I feel like once I'm in that boat, I'm in it. I want to keep it going like a train. But Senator, I think it's Senator Lord, not me. I got to read again, y'all, because my brain is getting, the IQ getting low. I don't need that. But Senator Bernie Sanders introduces a bill for a 4-day work week with no loss of pay. Like, can I say that's a good thing? Like, a 4-day work week with no loss of pay. And I feel like that's what we need. We need 4 days instead of 5. Like, whoever created 5, literally, I need to find you. But I bet you whoever created it is dead and gone. And I feel like the government ain't going to change that type of bill because they feel like, oh, we got to work 5 days. No, we don't. Y'all wondering why these kids is going around hitting teachers because the parents ain't at home all day, every day. And then they want to make the parent, like, basically dangle pay in front of a parent, say, oh yeah, you got to pay these bills, you got to work these hours, so you're missing time from your kids because you're working so much to pay bills, and everything is going up and up and up, and everybody want to vote for Trump. But look where we at now, because all these people want to say Trump did this, Trump did that, about the stimulus checks and everything. But I feel like he was forced to do that, and I don't know all about the stimulus check situation, but I just feel like in my eyes he was forced to do it because everything was going the way that it was going, and the government was throwing out money, and now we're paying for it through taxes and through everything we do because everything is up now. So now we're paying for it. So I feel like, why y'all want to vote somebody in that didn't protect you when you needed to be protected? Like when that COVID situation happened, we need somebody that's going to act fast rather than act later. That don't make sense. That's why they need background checks for the president. I feel like in order for you to be the president, the next stipulation needs to be you have to be a politician for more than 5 years. Because 1 year is easy. 2 years is too fast. 3 years come too quick. I need you to be 5 or more. Because that means you're in it for the long haul. Like you've been in it and you've been doing what you're supposed to do, good or bad. But on that note, the last thing. I thought that was the last one, but also with Donald Trump's stupid self. The 6 alternate jurors said it was 6. They need 6 alternate jurors still needed to help be chosen for that Trump case, for his little for the case about the money, the hush money, and everything. Yeah, it says 6 alternate jurors still needed to help to be chosen, but the judge indicates he hopes opening arguments in the case could begin Monday. This man has been prolonging his case for days. I've never seen somebody that's afraid to get convicted, but is big on making a crime. Like, I don't get it. How you big and bad to commit the crime, but you're not big and bad to take the time? Like, I feel like if you did it, stand on business. But I feel like Donald Trump is acting like a pussy right now because he's scared of his convictions. But I feel like in the way that I eyes of what's going on, the more we talk about him, the more publicity he gets, and the more his people are growing. And I'm sad to say, it may, and I hope I'm wrong, and I pray hope I'm wrong, that we don't get him for another presidency. Okay, I really hope we don't. And I fear that if we do, things or everything that was done is gonna be more undone, if that's a thing. But I feel like they need some more jurors. Pick me. I would love to join that case. Pick me. I would love to do jury duty for that day. Cause everything that they will say, oh, I would just say he's guilty. He's guilty. Nothing's changing my mind. He's guilty. And one thing about me, I'm an Aries at heart. He's gonna get convicted of all them crimes. Cause I'm gonna persuade everybody, and we're gonna be in that room till 1 a.m., 6 a.m. to the next morning. We're not leaving until everybody, and it's a unanimous vote that he's guilty. Nobody leaving that room. I'm making sure we make that man take care of his crimes and make sure he wallow in what he did. Ain't no escaping it. No. I will sign up and do it. Put me up there. Put me in that juror's box, okay? I will do it. But on that note, I'm about to close out this podcast because I got to get to WORK, okay? And I don't want to be late. But thank y'all for listening and following me on all my social media outlets. And if you want to be a guest, just hit me up. And if you want to give me a topic to talk about, you can, send me a message on any of my platforms. And I will definitely respond to you. It may take me some time because I barely be on social media like that because my attention span is short. But if you want to be a guest, just hit me up. And if you want a topic to talk about, just hit me up on my social media. Or you can send me a message at 757-957-5290. You can leave a little voicemail of what you want to talk about. Or if you got something to get off your chest, you can, voice it to me. And I could definitely give you some good-ass advice. Lord, I did good and I ain't cuss all day. And that was the first cuss word. That's good, Lord. At least it was one. But I am out. And I don't have no words to say to the exit my podcast, but it will be a little end segment. I might hit y'all with a little note, one or two, okay?